everybody, welcome back. Last we left off, the party had gone to explore a derelict temple and found some unfriendly friends as they attempted to exit. That is where we are picking up. We are in the midst of combat. Does anyone remember if Merrick the Death Priest had gone, or if that's just where I left off?
I don't think
that's where you
did.
left off.
That's
Yeah,
where
pretty
sure
he
had
a turn.
Okay, cool.
I specifically remember we heard a cry off from the side, and you said, and that's where we're going to end for this week.
And we're like, hello?
Hello?
You know, we could have lied and saved ourselves a turn of pain.
You could have, but I'm glad you're so honest.
We are an honest table.
Yeah.
Speaking of honest tables, as this cry rings out from behind you, RJ, you are standing in front of the Death Priest. I don't believe you've attempted to grapple him yet, correct?
Mostly because I'm last in initiative.
He is going to teleport backwards with a cackle and a smile to you, Su Long. He is suddenly no longer in front of you. And, you know, you might be able to see this. Can you roll perception for me, Su Long?
Captain. 18.
18. As he bamps backward, away from you and off a little bit to the side, back into the cemetery, not a moment later, you hear something roll across the ground and shatter at your feet as a spell is cast.
Whoa.
Directly in front of you is where you heard the glass shatter, and almost instantaneously from it, a green mist and green arcing sparks shoot out in a 20-foot cube. Tentacles begin to reach up as tentacles of the Kraken has landed at your feet. I will need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Darn it. 22.
22? Perfect. You will only take half of the damage then. Take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as the tentacle sideswipes you.
I'm going to use my reaction from my Circle of the Bow feature to halve that to 1.
Love to see it. The zombies in this area of effect also succumb to the spell, as it cannot be cast in a way that prevents it from hitting them as well. 2 of them fail their save. They are engulfed in these black tentacles, restrained near you. 1 is still moving, although a bit slowly, towards the door still. That will be the Death Priest's turn. Arat, you are up next.
Feeling Witch Bolt break, I am going to advance forward to here just to give myself slightly more cover. If I move to where I am, does the person that's through the door count as within line of sight since I'm a straight line, or is that wall still a problem?
We can count that as line of sight for you.
Okay. That's still only 2 people, so I will hold on to that. But with him, I will hit that guy with Ray of Frost, though.
Okay.
18.
And 18 does hit.
11 cold damage.
Anything else?
Yes, I'm going to telekinetically shove the one that's next to Yuiza backwards. So he has to make a strength save of 16, or he's going to get knocked backwards.
He rolled a 16 exactly.
Okay.
Su Long, you hear the shuffling of boots outside. One of the pirates on his last turn moved across the field towards line of sight of one of the windows. And with a 20, you hear a pistol go off, Yuiza. And the window next to you shatters. Does an 18 hit you?
Yeah, it does.
You'll be taking 5 points piercing damage.
Ouch. They're shooting at me.
Up next is the pirate zombie who was not restrained, like the Yowie you gave him. So he will use his turn to scramble across. Better prepare for you all to come out. Those tentacles are scary, you know? Too long. You're up next.
Hello.
I need the dex save again since you're starting your turn within this aura.
Not by choice. 18?
An 18 does save, so you will just take half the damage once again. You'll be taking half of 2 points bludgeoning.
Thank you. May I have another?
Would you like another?
First I rage. And then I'll provoke an attack of opportunity from this guy.
It swings its rusty cutlass.
Yay, I got the other.
Does a 17 hit you?
Does not.
Ah, rats.
I'm so sorry, little one. I'm going to recklessly punch this pirate zombie in front of me.
Okay.
Natural 20 for 26.
Okay.
9 points of magical bludgeoning damage. And can I get a athletics or acrobatics check? Because I'm going to shove him 10 feet back.
Go for it. Well, actually, I'm going to say that he automatically fails as he hits 0. And due to his undead fortitude, since that was a critical hit, he does not pop back up at 1 HP.
Next to Yuiza, Sulong just rears back and punches through the pirate zombie's skull. And then Sulong just looks like, whoops.
That brings us back to the top of the round. As the cawing becomes even louder and you hear the flapping of wings. Yuiza, roll me a perception check at disadvantage. Let's see if you can see what's happening from outside the window.
It was worse, 7.
Well, you have no idea. There's something flapping out there.
It's flapping. It's flapping outside.
Women from the 1920s? Flappers.
I know.
Lucky for you, those creatures cannot make it inside yet. Yuiza, that brings us to your turn.
Bro, what do I even do? I don't want to go outside anymore.
You can stay there.
I want to try and Eldritch Blast this guy over here through the window.
Okay. Go ahead and make your roll at disadvantage to shoot through this broken window.
Disadvantage?
Yeah, it's a broken window. Broken, shuttered window. You don't have a clear line of sight. Neither did he. He rolled a disadvantage to get to you.
12.
That does not hit.
Okay, I'm going to try again. Get 2.
Okay.
12.
That does not hit.
Is this guy dead here?
Yes, that is the one that Sulong just killed.
I'm going to take my bonus action. I'm going to move over here and I'm going to try and hide.
Okay. You all watch as Yuiza shoots through a broken, shuttered window and then runs away hiding.
There are pirates out there shooting at me and it's flapping out there.
The only flapping that should be happening is me. Goodness.
Exactly.
It's flapping out there for me. You hear Sulong, Arat, Fisscourth, Yuiza. From the other side now, 2 shots fired against one of the shuttered windows, cracking some of the wood.
I told you.
Fisscourth, that brings us to you.
It does. Now, being a cleric and a scholar, and trying to avoid metagaming here, undead are usually controlled by something, right? A necromancer, a razor.
I'll let you roll history, arcana, or religion. Pick
Let's
your
go
poison.
religion. Come on. I'm a cleric. Please. Please. 12.
DC was 10. Yeah, they're usually controlled by something. Summoned or otherwise.
All right, so we've got to find whoever that is. But right now, we have to focus on not dying. I'm going to use my movement to pop over nearest to the door, flapping near Sulong, and I'm going to say, there has to be some sort of necromancer controlling them. A staff, a gem, a spell. Whoever has it, well, they always have egos. They'll be clearly marked. Did you see anyone outside, Yuiza?
What? Yes, the people shooting at the windows!
Do you think it's the guy with the really big hat?
That could be the case. And that stuck gentleman right there, I am just going to toll the dead on him.
Okay.
He needs to beat a wisdom saving of 14.
He rolled a 2.
Thank you. Thank you for this. He's taking 5 damage.
Okay, what type of damage is it?
He is taking, let me triple check. Necrotic.
Up next is the restrained pirate zombie, and he makes the DC to break himself free, shambling out towards you, Fisscourth.
I'm just a little guy.
Does an 18 hit you?
What do you think, GM?
I don't know. I don't know your sheet. Does it hit you?
Yeah, it does.
You'll be taking 4 points slashing damage as this rusty cutlass sweeps across you.
Oh my god, I'm gonna get tetanus.
Up next, we have our wonderful friend, the Death Priest. You hear this cackle from the distance outside as a familiar spell to one you carry, Fisscourth, is cast. And although the mace animated and swinging next to you is glowing with radiant energy, what actually comes up is a rod shaped like a large tentacle that begins swinging and glowing with this green iridescent magic about it. Does this let me also attack when it's cast?
I believe so.
Yeah, I believe you can cast it and attack with it.
I can.
Ask me how I know.
Do you know, Fisscourth? So it's going to swing at you, Sulong. And I'm going to start rolling physical dice, because I'm going to assume a 9 misses you.
Yeah.
Up next, Arat.
I hear something swinging, so I'm gonna move around.
Okay.
I don't want to attack of opportunity.
Okay, please give me a dexterity saving throw as you step into the area full of tentacles.
Sounds good. 19? No, 20.
A 20 save, so you'll only take half the damage, and you are not restrained. You'll be taking 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Good enough. As I'll step out here, I'm gonna step into the doorway, and now I'm gonna draw that card to hit 12 creatures within 60 feet of me and undo their gravity.
I love that for you. What level would you say that this is cast at? Because you're getting hit with a 5th level counterspell.
It's impossible for me to say that. There's no spell levels in this class. I couldn't possibly tell you how that works.
The joys of homebrew, everybody. Okay, so let's do this. Give me, go ahead and roll. Let's roll a d20 plus your spell casting modifier.
All right.
And I'll roll that for the Death Priest. Higher one wins.
Sounds good.
I got a 10 plus a 3 for a 13.
I'm gonna use something that I haven't used yet. A class feature. It's my reaction. called Altered Outcome, where I'm discarding one of my cards to re-roll.
Okay. What was your first roll?
My first roll was a 7.
Oh, yeah.
I'm discarding one of these cards to re-roll again. That's a 15.
Okay. So your spell does go through. The counterspell fails. Who all has to make the save?
Every enemy that I guess is not a bird.
Alrighty. Anything else for your turn? You have successfully shot all but 2 opponents who had boots on the ground up into the air.
Excellent. Yeah, no, I got nothing else. Just step into the doorway and sort of magician-like pull the card right back out in convergent return. And as it disappears, they all just go floating up into the air with no ceiling to catch them this time, up to 40 feet.
Okay. Fantastic. I love that for you. Also, is this concentration?
No, it will go away at the end of my next turn. Automatically.
Okay. Up next. See, we have a pirate zombie. They cannot do anything with their cutlass. However, the Black Orchid pirates can do. Unfortunately, since you're the only one outside, you are going to be the recipient of these attacks at disadvantage. All right, their first shot will miss. Their second shot misses. You hear a lot of pirate accent cursing going on. When I say they swear like sailors, everyone can conjure up an image on their own. All right, let's see. That's another zombie that cannot reach you. Let's go ahead and roll for the next pirate that is out on the field. Who rolled a 1 and an 8, and a +4 is not going to help either of those hit.
The 8 + 4 is 12, which is my armor class. I'm not sure if I defend
I thought
on that or
your
not.
AC was 13.
Nope, 12.
Oh. Okay, so one of those does hit.
Yep.
I finally get to roll some damage on. So you will be taking 1d8 + 2 piercing. So on the d8, I rolled a 1, so you're gonna take a whopping 3 points of piercing damage.
I think that's still surprising to Arat. He's never been shot with a gun before.
This is a rarity within the world,
Yeah.
especially since these pirates aren't supposed to have them.
Also, that was very loud for the guy who focuses on hearing as a sense.
It is. It is very loud. You're lucky they're not closer, else I'd give you some disadvantage rolls.
I get it.
Up next, we have 2 pirate zombies who are floating up in the air. They can't do anything whatsoever, which brings us to Sulong.
Hello, it's back to me again.
It is back to you. And just so you know, Merrick's concentration did not break on the black tentacles, so those are still up and in effect.
I'm going to have to use a bonus action to quickly get... Oh,
You're leaving Fisscourth to the zombie that's next to her?
I thought that was dead. Okay, well...
Oh.
I mean, he is dead, but, you know,
I mean,
he's
technically,
still
yes.
killing me.
Yeah.
I will make an attack recklessly at this zombie that is in front of him.
Okay.
That is a 23 to hit.
That does hit.
Roll 9, 10, 11. 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right, and you take out another zombie.
Okay, and I'll step back and using my shield master feat, use a bonus action to shove Fisscourth away from the spiritual weapon.
Okay.
And it'll be diagonal this way.
Okay.
Are you letting Fisscourth know? Because she's going to fall on her butt.
Get over there!
Oh, heaven! I do believe I sprained my coccyx, heavens above.
Fisscourth, you are shoved back, Mr. President style, to the to a different side of this now. Well, actually, you didn't hit it with a crit, did you?
I did not. So undead fortitude.
It does. It does. Let me make that save. And it does make it.
I tried.
It's okay. It's next to a cleric. Up next, that takes us back to the top of the round. The flapping becomes more intense. Yuiza, you hear banging, and pecking, and the fluttering of wings on the roof above. Might not be safe to stay inside either. Which brings us to your turn.
Yay! Okay. She's going to move. And she's like, I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Which one of the two windows is the more damaged one?
That would be the one closest to the door. It is up, this one up here.
Does it look like it'll like opens like from the inside, or would I have to like bust it down?
You could give it a pretty solid shove to break away the rest of the wood.
Get a 4.
You know, for pieces of wood that are so busted up and splintered, they are still quite sturdy.
Yeah. She just you hear this ruckus of her trying to shove this window open, and after like a few seconds, she's just so long.
I only have so many hands.
You have 4.
I can only spin so many plates.
I would like to then use bonus action to hide as I just squat down.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming that was my full action, is to try and shove this thing open.
I think, isn't interact object a bonus action?
It's its own separate action.
Oh, it's its own separate action, yeah. So you still have your full turn.
Okay, I'm going to look out the window again, try and shoot at this guy again.
Okay, he is 40 feet up in the air.
It's okay, it's 120 feet, but...
Okay, this is going to be a disadvantage because you are still shooting through a broken window that you can't fully reach out
That's
of.
fair. There's only so much I can do here.
You know what? You're doing great, sweetie. I am so proud of you. I am cheering you on in my heart. I have Yuiza's Tumblr page up. I am doodling new memes with little hearts around it. You have the cutest filter on the latest photo that I just posted of you.
That was a 13.
Let's see. That does meet.
Heck yeah.
Go ahead and give me the damage.
Okay, only 1 hits, but 1 is good. That's going to be a total of 8 damage.
All right. Good job.
Bonus action hide.
Bonus action hide. I love it. Up next, we have one of the pirates outside. Gonna continue trying to shoot at you. All right. Okay, what was I doing? I was rolling. I'm gonna switch to physical because I can't figure out how to roll disadvantage on this.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a 9. Does a 9 hit you?
Nope. 12 is the limit.
I know. I still just wanted to double check in case that had changed since your last turn. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, no, I'm guessing since I last asked, it's not a 10 wouldn't hit.
No, we're
Okay.
still sitting at the same.
Still the same. Okay. You know what? One of these days it's going to change on me.
Eventually, it's going to change. You may not like how it changes, but it will change.
That brings us to Fisscourth. Fisscourth, you hear something really loud going off with a bang periodically outside. Sharp things are pinging off of the wall around Arat. Very metallic sound.
That implies technology that is a bit advanced for myself, but you know how I'm going to handle that?
How?
They're dead. I'm going to channel divinity for the first time in a long while. I'm going to grab that hammer and just point it at the undead in front of me and turn undead.
Okay. What save does he need to make?
He needs to make a wisdom saving throw of 14. If it fails, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes damage. And if he's below, what was it? It is instantly destroyed if it is 1.5 CR lower.
I don't believe these are 1.5.
No, he's got competency.
He does. He did fail, however. So he gets turned away, correct?
Yes, he does for 1 minute.
Okay, and that happens immediately?
Indeed.
Okay. So he is turned. He is moving away. He ends up back in that spell. Gosh darn it, that gosh darn dang spell. Which means he also has to make that dex save. See how he does with that. So this pirate zombie turns away from you fleeing into this spell, immediately taking a tentacle to the face as they fail this dexterity save and is wrapped up and splatted by a tentacle.
Just gonna look at the hammer and go, thank you, dear. I hope you don't mind a bit of cheating. It's really the only way I know how to give thanks.
Brings us to the Death Priest. He is currently floating 40 feet up in the air. The spiritual weapon is right next to you, so it's going to target you, Sulong.
Hello.
As he goes just off of vibes, telling it to swing away. Does a 17 hit?
It does not.
Okay. For his action, he is going to cast Chill Touch, which has a range of 120 feet. So that ghostly spectacle, tentacle-fingered hand is going to reach out towards Arat. Arat, does a 19 hit you?
It actually changed this time. Yeah, no, it hits.
Oh, actually, that'd be a 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Yes, it does hit.
Okay. You are going to be taking 2d8 necrotic, and you are going to have disadvantage on attack rolls against the Death Priest until the end of his next turn.
Okay, I have resistance to necrotic, so what does that total out to?
So you will half it.
I heard 2d8 again. I didn't hear the number.
Oh, sorry, 13.
Okay.
Half of 13.
Got it.
So 6. The gulls are going to begin to swoop in and swarm you. Unfortunately, they don't have to deal with what is on the ground. Bonus of being flying creatures.
So intrigued as to why they're going for me versus the floating food in the air next to them, but maybe they're connected.
It all has to do with who's controlling them.
Got it.
18 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. You'll be taking 4d6 piercing damage, and that is going to be 17 points piercing damage from this swarm.
All right.
That brings us to your turn. I will need your dexterity saving throw.
Yes, of course. 18.
All right, and 18 does save. You'll take half of 2 points bludgeoning.
Okie dokie.
Big numbers here, everybody. Big numbers.
I'd like to make a deception attempt. What was the name of the very large creature that we fought back in Dullhorn that I was trying to fight as a wolf? I heard it screaming and like crying a whole bunch. And I want to use prestidigitation to instantly create that sound 10 feet away from me to try to scare off the birds. I'm thinking larger predator.
Okay.
That's the deception I want to go for. I want to scare off the smaller predators with a larger predator sound. It's a gamble. I don't know if it'll work, but I'm thinking if something bigger is in the area, maybe they'll scatter.
Go ahead and roll deception.
All right. That is a 16 total.
So the ones that failed, I'm going to mark as frightened for 1 round.
Okay.
But once they look about and realize that they're okay, they're going to go back to doing what they're supposed to do.
Good enough. I was hoping to at least stall out for a second.
You did. I mean, you have most of the creatures currently outside up in the air, so Okay.
With that, I'd like to take a step back in and close this door to keep the birds from swarming in at me.
Alrighty.
And I'll just, so all of you inside will have heard that creature from Dullhorn screech out for a second before Arat steps back in, closes the door, leans on it.
That will be triggering an opportunity attack.
I know. That's why I was trying to shove them earlier, but I can't really do anything. I get attacked or I get attacked.
12 to hit.
Yep, 12 is my armor class.
Okay. That'll be another 10 points of tiny bird damage.
Sounds good. So then, especially as I close the door and just lean on it, Arat just battered. Just goes, very dangerous out there. And that's when everybody in the air goes falling and takes 40 feet of fall damage.
Okay.
Which is, I believe, is it 1 or 2d6 for every 10? It's 1d6 for every 10, I think.
Every 10 feet fallen, 1d6, yes.
They all take 20 feet of fall bludgeoning damage as they all hit the ground.
Does that break concentration on the tentacles?
Let me roll it. Thank you for reminding me. The tentacles do go down. Thank you for the reminder. He failed his con save that time. Brings us to one of the few remaining pirate zombies outside. Shamble forward. He's going to shamble forward and begin pushing on the door. Can I get a contested strength check from you as he tries to shove this door open?
Sure, why not?
You rolled an 18.
I'm going to use my other altered outcome.
What was your roll?
Like a 6. 19.
Right.
Just dead body weight. Just.
You feel that first shove and you feel that panic of yourself digging your feet down into the ground as you go, I actually do need to hold here. You all see the door kind of flex a little bit behind Arat. Next, swarm of carrion gulls begins pecking. Not at the shingles of the roof, but at the window. Fisscourth, the window next to you begins to splinter as you see hundreds of tiny beaks begin to poke their way through the crevices. Up next, we have Yuiza. What would you like to do, Yuiza?
Everything's so cool. It's fine.
Arat is holding a door closed. There's a window that's beginning to splinter next to Fisscourth.
I am going to Eldritch Blast the window. My strength ain't gonna cut it. Ooh, 10?
Okay, a 10 is enough to break away more of the wood here. There's now an opening that you could probably get your body out of.
I would like to move through it.
Okay. You will lose 10 feet to scale this here. There is a fence.
Okay, I'll go over here. And then I will stay there and use my second Eldritch Blast on the guy with the big hat.
Okay.
17.
17 does hit.
Gonna be a total of 6 damage. Not a lot.
This guy's looking like, I mean, he didn't look great before, to be honest. But he looks really rough now. Anything else for your turn?
Bonus action. Hide behind here.
Okay, you hide behind one of the tombstones.
Or I guess this one.
That'll count as half cover. All right. Sensing that things are not going the way that they planned, one of the pirates will use their action to dash and begins running away north. Up next, inside Fisscourth, the wood near you is beginning to splinter. Arat is holding a door back. What are you up to?
All right, it's a bit risky, but I've got an idea. I'm picking up on what Arat was putting down. I'm going to go up to that splintering window where all of those nasty little gulls are screeching.
Okay.
And I am going to channel divinity once more, but instead of turning the undead, I am going to keen.
Okay.
I'm going to roll 1d12 of thunder damage right at him. We're going to use our special anniversary dice for this, which I have advantage on.
Are you going to push open the window first? So you're hitting them and not the window?
Right, D&D rules. Yeah. I'm like, but what will splinter? First, I'll Jack Torrance my way through the window.
It'll be interact object, so it doesn't interfere with your action. Go ahead.
Exactly. They're not expecting a pull or a push back. And now we keen. Alright, that is a 10. They're taking 10 thunder damage.
Okay, does it have to hit an AC or anything, or is it just an AoE automatic?
AoE automatic.
All right. They take that 10 thunder damage. How far back do they get shoved?
They actually don't get shoved back.
They don't
They
get
just
shoved?
get shaken. They get scared.
They take the frightened condition, correct?
Yes.
Okay. That brings us back to the Death Priest. How mean do y'all want me to be?
I mean,
I love when you're mean.
As mean as you want to be, baby.
Yeah? Are you sure?
up to
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
For the record, I didn't say that.
We are at your mercy.
Hey, Yuiza.
Uh-oh.
Hi. I knew you'd pick me.
Mm-hmm. Does a 24 hit?
Yeah, it does actually. By like 11 points.
This Death Priest runs for you, having seen you scale the wall and duck down. Arms outstretched, gnarled and bent, screaming with wild eyes. As he casts Inflict Wounds, and you'll take 22 points of necrotic damage.
You stupid old geezer. How many? 24?
22.
I'm still standing. I'm still above ground.
I love that for you. Inside, the spiritual weapon swings again, Sulong, but with a 2 plus a 5 that does not hit. The swarm of carrion gulls outside, seeing that it can't get inside, flies over. Hi, Yuiza.
Hi.
How you doing, hun?
Could be better, but I think I'm about to be worse.
You know, you might be. Does a 14 hit?
It does not actually. Wow, that's amazing.
That is amazing. I love that
So
for
excited
you.
for me. Thank you. I won this one.
Especially since you would have taken 22 points of damage again.
I would have survived by 1 hit point.
Anyways, it's time to call for backup. Because what the heck?
All right, Elders blasted a window open. What more call for help do you need?
I don't know. I think Yuiza turning to just deciding to chicken out and hide through the entire fight was the call for help.
Yeah.
Yuiza's been acting very strange, y'all. Are you sure she's not a doppelganger? Anyways, Arat, it's your turn.
I am hurting, and I need to keep my ability to stay up a little longer. So I'm going to use my last card draw for this round of rest. I'm going to pull it from my fate hand as I pull the druid card.
Okay.
I'm going to roll 5 feet, the side of the door and wild shape into an axe beak.
Okay.
Axe beak is a large, flightless bird with with strong legs and a wedge-shaped beak that it uses to attack with.
You are now a bird.
Yeah. That currently has more hit points than I currently had as Arat, so give me a little boost there. Was there a window nearby me that was open?
Yes, the one that Yuiza ran out of behind you.
It's only 10 feet to get there. How much am I going to have to use to get through that window as this bird?
To get through the window, nothing, because these are like floor to ceiling windows. These are huge cathedral, big ass windows.
I'm going to go all the way up to here. I'm going to stay like ducked behind it. I will hop over it on my next turn because I don't have an action.
This is like a see-through. There's nothing to duck behind. This is like iron bars. There is no cover with the fence, just so you know. Okay.
That's fine. I'll just be kind of like eyeballing through, but I look like another bird. at this point.
Perfect. Up next, the pirate zombie that was trying to get into the door comes in and goes for the first person that they see.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, unfortunately I am. Does a 5 hit?
No.
Cool. Next turn, one of these swarms of gulls that is scared of Fisscourth is going to fly away. Fist, does that fear stay up for a certain period of time, or is that indefinite?
That stays up for 1 round.
1 round. Perfect. And also, that brings us to another swarm that is also scared and trying to figure out what's going on, so it will fly away as well. Which means, Sue Long, it is now your turn.
I appreciate all you casters. There's someone in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they were not.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Recklessly, I attack him.
Okay.
19 to hit.
A 19 does hit.
And then that. And 10 points of magical bludgeoning damage from a punch.
Okay.
I'm going to use a bonus action to shield bash. May I get a acrobatics or athletics check from this creature?
A 4 saves, right? Skull rolls?
Yeah, I wish.
You don't.
Kind of, actually. Like, rolling under would be real fun sometimes. That's 10 feet back, please. Into the door.
Okay. Any damage?
Not from the shove.
Okay.
Not yet, anyway. 5 more feet back, I think, yeah.
So he is out the door.
Back out the door you go, Skeleton. And I'll use my movement to block the doorway and shut the door again.
Okay, that's going to provoke an attack of opportunity from the spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Swinging wildly. Does a 21 hit you?
It does!
Cool. Take 17 points of bludgeoning.
I will... Okay, so that's half because of rage, so...
Oh, force damage, sorry.
Oh, force damage. Yep, that's 17 points of force damage.
How's it feel to be with the rest of us, RJ? Taking full damage.
I'm still at 82 out of 87 HP.
I should know better than Darky with the power scaler.
What do you mean power scale? That's just how my class functions.
That's just a barbarian, babe.
Yeah.
That's
You
just
know
big
what
boy.
you are.
A barbarian main. Anyway, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. The top of the round. The gulls have realized that they are not in any danger. They begin to return.
Just like with real birds, you shoo them off the lawn once, you're shooing them again in 5 minutes.
They're zipping back, and oh look,
Oh no.
meat next to the one who brought them here. Time to eat. Yeah, they get it right up to you. That's their full turn. Yuiza.
I'd like to knife this guy, please.
You can certainly try.
Okay. I'm gonna try. 14.
A 14 does hit.
6. Not great.
Describe for me, please, as you take out your key opponent, this death priest.
She is just kind of like done with the situation. She's over being frightened. She's over this. And she takes her knife out. She's like, I didn't say you could touch me. And just goes over and just just cuts through his neck.
Okay. Anything else for your turn?
I'm gonna stab this swarm of birds with my offhand.
Okay. Please do.
Of course, this 26 is for the birds.
26 does hit.
That's gonna be just 2 points of damage.
Okay.
Move over here because there's another freaking bird.
All right. You will be taking an attack of opportunity. Does a 21 hit you?
What do you think, Sarah?
I don't know your sheet.
Yeah, it hits me.
Don't be so mad about it. It's just a game.
This is some top tier rage baiting. The TM rolled the enemy. Why are you so mad? It's just a game. Pedals
You chose to split this table. 10 points piercing damage, please.
And I'm loving every minute of it.
You are. I can see it in your face.
I am. I'm only this way because I love it, actually.
The more you scream about it, the more fun I know you're having.
Yeah. You understand me.
The pirate who began running continues running as he pulls a whistle out of his shirt collar, and you hear, Yuiza, this shrill, piercing whistle through the air as he runs away, disappearing up the road out of sight. And as he does, the birds all react, dispersing, heading all in a northerly direction. Just like the pirate. Brings us to Arat.
I'm going to use my 10 feet or whatever to hop over the fence.
Mm-hmm.
Guess I'll sniff at the dead body here. And then I will immediately charge this one out front and slash at it with my beak. Oh, fun. That's a nat 20 for a 24.
Fabulous. Go ahead and roll that crit damage.
10 slashing.
Okay, and since you took this out with a crit, it does not get the benefit of its undead fortitude. It is... You are all out of combat. And that, I think, is where we will take a much-needed break. What do y'all say?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Welcome back, everybody. So, we have wrapped combat outside of this temple. It's now eerily quiet, with the cawing of the gulls and the flapping of wings dispersing. Before you are quite a few undead, a couple pirates, and the spellcaster who was summoning creatures to attack you. What do you do next?
Walk over to the dead spellcaster. I'm still in axe beak form and just start pulling him, seeing what I can pull off of him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an investigation at disadvantage.
14's not bad. It was worse than the 19 I got earlier.
You find a couple trinkets attached, some seashells, some sort of dried out finger. There's a medallion that catches onto one of your talons. It has some sort of weird squiggly symbol on it. Might be tentacles.
I'll just drag the medallion with me as I walk. I'll just nudge the door open, walk in, sit down, immediately undo wild shape, and just be bloody battered Arat again.
Yuiza is muttering to herself. It's like, what's with all these birds and the pirates and the undead and you little freak with a big hat? She's gonna grab the dried finger that was taken out. You're on my list. She's going to
I don't
keep
think
going.
he can be on a list now. And Fisscourth just comes up behind her and taps her shoulder, just comfortingly. He can't be on a list now. He's gone beyond. Look, he's limp as a wrist.
He could be deader.
Would stomping on him make you feel better?
Two of you, go ahead and roll me a perception check, please.
Can do. 18.
11.
11. Okay, Fisscourth, as you come out and you speak to Yuiza, who is kicking this death priest. Your eyes scan over the various bodies laying about this field of battle, we'll say. And they scan over two of the pirates. Not the undead ones. The ones who were very much living before they fell from the sky. You notice that both of them have the same tattoo on their left forearm. You can see it from just under where their sleeves are rolled up.
Going to go from comforting my fellow adventurer to desecrating a corpse. I'm just going to lift up. Am I familiar with this symbol, perchance?
When you lift up their arms and take a closer look, you see a tattoo that depicts a black flower, an orchid, with writhing tentacles behind it. Go ahead and roll me a history check, and we'll see if you recognize what the symbol is.
We'll see.
Oh, the dead guy said something about a black orchid! Or a black flower.
5. That's not what I wanted.
You're not sure what this means.
The tentacle, the roses, the rose
What?
Yuiza, did they say anything about the organization? They've got matching tattoos. It's rather gaudy, I must say.
Can I take a look at it?
Go ahead.
What do I roll?
History.
Oh, come on. That's a 5. I don't know. It looks kind of like a botched job, to be honest. I don't know what I'm looking at.
From inside, Arat just yell, what are you all yelling about?
These guys have like matching tramp stamps or something.
What?
Is it an anchor?
Why is this important?
Because they're like tentacles with roses, and the dead guy said something about black flowers, and these guys have guns.
I was going to say those were terribly loud.
I was fishing for them to describe the tattoo so I could attempt to make the roll as well if at all possible.
Go ahead and roll a history check.
17.
You don't know this.
Lay my head back on the pew.
Should I like do a sending scroll to like Dalmur and like tell him like, hey, we found people with guns. I thought those were supposed to be your thing.
I guess. What is this?
You can all just make me a general history check about this weaponry.
$16.
I got a 19 on that one.
21.
I don't know anything. I rolled a 6.
As you shout this out, Yuiza, you remember, and both Arat and Sulong, you are well aware that guns are highly regulated. They are not available on this continent. They're technology that is not kept by even the Warforge or Cliffstrand. These are held by the elves of Ashenfell. So, and they are so highly regulated that even the elves who would be allowed access to having these have to jump through some difficult hoops in order to acquire them. These human pirates should not have them.
No.
Well, they are pirates after all.
Yes, but they should not have them.
Pirates should not have most things that they have.
Wherever did they sail from?
I don't know. It would help if I knew what their tramp stamp was.
Sulong is going to start collecting the firearms for disposal.
Oh, you can put them in my bag.
We should really not keep these. They are super illegal. Like death penalty illegal.
Okay, but shouldn't we give them to someone who knows what to do with them? Because if we just throw them off somewhere, what if someone else gets them?
I wasn't going to throw them off. I was going to, and Sulong just pounds his fist.
Oh, do you even know how a gun works? Those things like an explosion. What if you mess up? What if you hurt yourself?
Right here.
I would simply just tank it.
What if he blows off his hand? One of the four or all four?
Empty the gun first. Just
How do you know how guns work?
because I've been shot by them before. Like I said, pirates have a lot of things that they aren't supposed to have.
But obviously they're pirates. But
Just limp my way out to everybody else.
Arat, how badly are you hurt?
Extraordinarily.
Fist, I think sense your blood, immediately turns around from looking at this pirate's tramp stamp. Everyone, can we take a moment to rest? Maybe I'm going to make sure that Arat is well. There might be tracks, places where the pirates might have dug themselves up if they're from the earth, or maybe their ship is nearby. I do hear that pirates have ships.
That's the one pirate, he ran off that way north.
Okay.
He's controlling the birds.
I might be able to catch up to him.
He was booking it.
Don't put yourself in any unnecessary harm's way. Cleric that I am, and scholar, I can't bring people back from the dead.
Sulong, untouched.
Yeah, but we didn't go alone. We can try and follow the tracks. It sounded like he was being quite stealthy about it.
Sulong counts out another 6 seconds and then says, "Alright, now he's gone." Hey, Yuiza, did you double tap that guy? And he'll point down to the death priest.
Gonna stab him again. Yeah.
No, for zombies, it's the head.
That's too. I am hurt. You chop the head off.
I was offering. I don't know. You're so gung-ho about stabbing a guy. And he'll just keep rambling as he...
I am about to be again.
I'm about to be again. And then he'll half the mason smash.
Oh, one day I'm going to cut off one of your fingers.
While you two are having that conversation, I'm just gonna have a lovely moment where I'm healing, not my mate, because we're not married, my Dampier situationship, and he's going to get 13 HP back. Fist is just putting her little talons on your shoulders and channeling every prayer that she knows in little mutters and squeaks.
Doing rather well for having abandoned your god.
I suppose I have. I think I might have attracted the attention of another, though.
I heard you with the hammer, yes.
I'll have to... I don't know how it works. I was born into this sort of thing, but perhaps next time we're at a temple, I can make an offering. Say thank you, at the least, for helping me through this. If it even is tier, I suppose.
Not incredibly familiar with this world of utilizing gods for abilities, but I believe that is exactly how it works. They do something for you. You go say thank you. Repeat the process.
I'll have to ask you for gift advice, then. There you are. Fit as a fiddle.
Arat's at about half health, but he nods and says, "Yes, I am." Thank you very much. I do not know if we are going to find the individual that we were looking for at this rate. Any evidence that was here had to have been trampled over by all of them.
It's unlikely to have been a coincidence, though. Our individual flees here, those pirates show up a moment later. They have to be connected somehow.
They should be. They most likely will be. It also is very suspicious that we come here, we determine the possibility that the man inside was compelled to do this acts, and now somebody's here potentially to cover up.
Indeed. Hopefully Sulong can pick up a trail and we can figure out where and why, and hopefully... Why? Really, why? That was... horrific, and hearing what he had to say, all the... I've never spoken to a corpse, you see. I've only spoken to the almost about to be dead, so it was a bit rattling to hear beyond the grave what he had to say, especially about his fate.
It did not make much sense to me, but perhaps it is meant to be esoteric. This deny the eye business. I not heard anything of it in my long time here. Which means that it is something occult, hidden, secret.
You know, it has something to do with the sea mother, the sea goddess, or at the very least they're at war with her.
Possibly, yes. I'm not sure. Ugh. I'm not sure. I do not know enough about the god here. Perhaps one of the books that we found could tell us something? Perhaps something else on his person.
Start digging around in corpses then.
Okay, you're investigating the rest of the corpses?
Absolutely. Aside from their interesting tramp stamps.
Go ahead and roll me investigation.
Hey, who do you think cleans up after all this?
Perhaps those birds that we found.
We always go into areas and they're spotless, but I got an 18.
For what?
I thought we were rolling a group investigation check for reading around in
Fisscourth said she was investigating. Are you investigating too?
Yes, please.
Okay, Fisscourth, what did you roll?
5.
Fisscourth, you find 3 gold and a gold tooth in one of the pockets.
Actually, these are in mouths. I'll take that.
Sulong, you find 15 silver pieces, 3 copper, you find 2 vials of black powder on one of the corpses as well. If you want to pick them up from the zombies, each zombie is carrying a rusty cutlass. You can get 10 of those in total. They're worth about 5 copper. The firearms, however, you will get 2 of those. You're not sure how much that would be worth on the open market or the criminal market.
That you said that you knew where Altar Rock was?
Yes, it's north of here. Yes,
What if that's where they're running to?
it is entirely possible. I wouldn't be terribly surprised.
We keep seeing these things about the eyes, and I still think it has something to do with something from the abyss from that book that we found. And then there was that weird map on the wall.
Ah, yes. All of this chaos I'd almost forgotten.
It's
We were going to
frustrating.
Altar
There's-
Rock.
Yes. I feel like everything's in front of me, but I don't know how to put it together.
Have to follow the steps and take what we can from here and see where the puzzle pieces click together. DM, I got a 17 on that investigation thing because Fisscourth and I were talking about investigating, but I'm more curious as to what the amulet is that I picked up with the tentacles on it.
Okay, yeah, you can roll religion.
Okay. 11.
You begin rotating this over in your fingers. And as you do, it actually clicks open. The exterior of the amulet itself was a diversion. When you open it and run your fingers over the sign of the deity inside, there are 2. On one half, Merkel. The other is Shar.
These are surprising. I'll hold the halves out to the others. It's Merkel and Shar.
So Sharon Temple under the city, and now Sharon presumably leading to these killings.
Or Merculite. I mean, would we know what Merkel is? Because I know, but I don't know if my character knows.
Roll religion.
I assume I know since you told me the name when I ran my hands over it.
Well,
12. Are you rolling to know Shar or Merkel?
Merkel.
Merkel? Yeah. You would know that this is a god of the dead, later a god of decay and exhaustion.
He's like the god of the dead and like decay and like all that stuff. So like they were using a lot of undead.
And she is the goddess of the night and loss. He had them together.
We released one half. Oh my god. Everything's fine.
Just gonna rub my little talons together. Oh, we could do that too.
Alter rock.
Rock.
I just need a breather. Tired of it. Wait. I want to use one of the greater healing potions that we found.
Quick question. Was Alter Rock ever described to us? I feel like it had been.
But it has been mentioned in several of the items that you uncovered.
Yeah.
It's a place that I know of, but I've not been.
Okay. Would it be possible to make some sort of history check to see if Sulong remembers? Because RJ made a realization.
Go ahead and...
If this is right or not.
Go ahead and roll history.
15.
15? Yeah, you've seen Alter Rock somewhere at some point on a map. You know it's north of here.
Describing like the formation of Alter Rock, is it like 3 rocks or?
You're not sure.
Okay. I'll tuck that away for later then.
Are you looking over the map that you found sketched on the wall?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to need a little bit more than a potion, guys. I'm not doing so hot right now.
Sulong hands you 2 potions.
Perhaps we can rest here. We could rest here for a minute and then go up to the location.
You sure? Because that guy running might come back with reinforcements.
That's true. We should go. We'll go. I already took a potion. I'll be fine.
You are all welcome to rest here as long as you wish, and Dira will see to your safety, says a voice walking up to all of you from the road. And as you turn, you see the man who was lying dead in one of the inner rooms. His skin is paler, his eyes a bit sunken. He wears, however, the same garb. You see no wounds upon his body. As he looks down at you without smile, in a serious tone, I apologize if I startled you.
You who are dead.
Technically, I still am.
I said you were like me, yes?
Am I like you?
I don't know. I'll stand up and and pull my lips to show the fangs that are way back and hardly used. Are you?
What an odd way to show one's mouth chiclets, I believe they call it in town. No, I am not a vampire. But my lady did see fit to bring me back to seek my revenge. Fisscourth, you could roll with advantage. You can roll religion with advantage, actually.
Finally. As I roll a 4, but luckily we have advantage. 13.
A priest being brought back by their deity usually only happens for one reason. Their service is still needed, or they have unfinished business. Most often, someone who is brought back in this manner is called a revenant, a creature that maintains its memories, focuses on a singular task, and does not stop until it is completed.
Awfully kind to offer us your protection under this temple, but we would also not keep you from your task. Revenge is a bloody fate indeed.
It will be. But seeing as you all protected my temple once, to great effect, I will likely need your assistance to move further in my venture.
Were those pirates the ones that killed you?
Pirates? No. The vampires they serve, yes.
I told you guys!
Tell us
I
about
suppose
them.
when it's looking you in the face.
Tell us about them, if you would.
I don't know much. 2 women and a gentleman.
And they're brine vampires?
I believe one, maybe. Or there is another amongst their ranks. The leader of the trio seemed to allude that there were more amongst them.
How many vampires?
You said that there were 3 of them.
That I dealt with, yes. The gentleman came from the mountains, introduced himself as Lord Arnas. I only know one of the women's names, Mercy. The other spent most of the time giggling from behind a fan.
And here I was about to take solace that I did not know the first name that you said.
You're familiar with them.
I know Mercy, yes.
Sound very merciful.
Well, I know of her, I should say. I never met her, but she was connected to, suppose he would be my sire.
Lots of unanswered business between the 2 of you, then it sounds like. And she has much to answer for, and I'll look towards the man. What should we call you?
You may call me Matthias.
Matthias, 10 p.m.
Ah, you found my note.
Found a lot of things.
Sulong will hand back his mace.
What is this?
It was in there with you when you...
It was under the altar.
It is not mine.
Aren't you a cleric of this place?
I am.
Oh, we also have your rapier, which I believe it was yours.
Perhaps at least you had your hands on it at one point.
Yes. At one point.
The current prevailing theory, at least for me, is that you were made to act on behalf of the ones that killed you before they did so. Is that correct? Or did they
I was.
do things themselves?
They wished for me to retrieve an item that I had given to a friend to identify.
What was the item?
A relic that had came in from a shipment pulled up with a fisherman's catch. They brought it to me, thinking it may be something to do with Indira, as it tied to no other deity, a large pearl, you could say.
We didn't find Pearl at her, so I'm assuming you were able to retrieve it for them.
Not for them, but I did hide it. Unfortunately, Mercy and her companion found me before I was able to escape as I collected my things. It's hidden in an altar.
Altar rock.
No, below it. Further down. A location called Indira's Womb. Accessible from Altar Rock.
It was on the writing, yes.
Yep.
I believe it said that the lady symbol reveals the way. Would that be would that be your goddess or somebody else's?
Mine. When you're ready, we will go to Altar Rock and proceed forward.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take those 2 potions and shove them into Yuiza's
I already
chest.
took one.
The other one as well. You aren't feeling well. And the same goes to you, Arat. You're still looking a bit, well, paler than usual, but
I could piggyback you so you can rest on the road.
Can walk.
Are we going now directly, or are we waiting?
I think
Your
we're
friend-
taking a short rest.
Your friend does not appear to be in any condition to engage in another battle.
I'm
Rest
not
would be
feeling-
wise.
Yes.
We appreciate it. And besides, we have much more direction than we had before now. Do we not? Thank you for taking us to Altar Rock, Matthias. I can't speak for everybody else here, but I'm personally happy to assist you in your goals. Well,
The man, you can hear him as he moves and nods and goes to sit down on one of the pews within the chapel. He puts his hands on his knees in front of him, just staring forward at the altar as he waits for you all.
Can we talk for a second, like privately?
How far away is the priest from our little campfire get around?
You are all...
we're outside and he's inside, right?
Yes, he would be at one of the pews within the temple. I'll put him inside.
Just
Well, you
shut the
could
door.
you could probably have a hushed conversation, or you
Yeah,
could
just
move
close
away
it.
a bit.
Close the door and we'll talk.
I'll keep my ears peeled just in case, but you can speak freely. If you're worried about him turning on us or being a threat, I believe he's a revenant. Probably resurrected by his sea goddess to return her relic to Altar Rock or wherever it might be.
I trust that more than other things going on right now, so I believe you. Especially because he was a dead body just a minute ago, and now he's here.
How did he get out and around? That's the only part I don't know.
I'm assuming if you can resurrect in whatever god is, you can, resurrect somewhere else.
Arat, I've seen you crawl on the ceiling before. I don't question anything anymore.
You'd think that we would have seen somebody in the middle. You would have seen somebody in the middle of all of the fighting, yes? Maybe? I don't know.
My attention was on all the dead guys. Sorry.
The point being, everyone. Right? We are talking about fighting 3 vampires? Or eventually going up against 3 vampires? I don't know about you, but I do not feel like we would win that. We only have 1 vampire on our side.
Half
A vampire on our side.
But I'm
Yeah.
also a vampire, just not in the traditional sense.
It's
1
1
full
and a half.
vampire on our side. Again,
Thank you.
half and half.
I'm not saying that we immediately charge in and face off against 3 vampires, but this is a lead, and I believe that we could use this to our advantage.
Also, we might not have to fight them on their terms. Are they brine vampires? We've got a lot of information about brine vampires.
Yes,
One might
least
be,
one of them
but
is
Mercy
Cornelius.
One might be.
Mercy is not, and if the one that came from the if the one other came from the mountains, then he is not, based off of what you have all told me about these vampires.
Right, so whichever one's floating is the brine vampire, I guess.
Suppose.
Sure, okay, can we just... Am I crazy right now? Or is it just me, or are we dealing with a lot of gods in a very short amount of time? I've dealt with more gods in the last month than I've dealt with my entire life, and they always come in 2s or 3s. Anybody worried about that? No? Listen, I feel like all the pieces are in front of me and I can't put them together, so I need your help, everyone.
It's a lot of plates, yes. But this is sort of what we signed up for as wardens.
I just want to know where my dad was.
As rough as the circumstances seem to be, it seems like he's also in the same mess as us, so he is here.
And Fissel pat her hand in a comforting way. She's trying.
It's fine. How do we defeat the vampires? Or at least, how do we defeat these pirates with undead people? Because, again, I don't know if we'll be able to do another one of those, 4 versus 50. Or 5,
Well,
I guess now.
For one, I would appreciate it if everyone stayed relatively close by me. I had a time trying to get around to help people out.
Okay.
You shoved me onto my tailbone. I'm fairly certain it's bruised.
Away from the thing threatening you.
How exactly are you wanting to help us out? Do we, what do you want me to do? Cause I gotta move around, I gotta go fast.
I know, but okay, so Ren and I used to do this thing called Battle Buddies. Where, you stay within range of someone and take down 1 or 2 things at a time.
We're going to have to plan for the first time in our lives. Plan something, because I don't think we can survive another one of these fights. At least I don't think I can.
We can, I believe. We already know something we didn't know before that, which is the living ones are the ones that we should focus on.
I don't know, that guy with the big hat was pretty bad, let me tell you. When she shows you the mark for inflicted wounds.
I can't see that, you know that.
Takes your hand, puts it on.
The important thing is that while he was incredibly dangerous, it was one of the living ones that dispersed everything with that piercing whistle.
Yes, but there was also like 8 of them. Sorry, I don't mean to be Debbie Downer, whoever she is, but like I'm trying to be realistic.
No, you're quite wise in citing the words of Deborah Downer. We're going against insurmountable forces here, but we're wardens. Can't we call on other wardens to help us? Clearly, it would be a priority to clear out a den of vampires. Those who have already threatened people of the city, killed even.
True. If a lot of them weren't already going to the secret underground temple of snake people that Toby was sent to and never came back from. And we spent 3 days in, apparently.
Yeah, it's a shame that they're already busy taking care of your mess.
Not to mention, I think we let out Shar or some aspect of her with that dragon. And I'm going a little crazy. Can you tell?
Would some granola make you feel better? At the moment, at the very least?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't roast it like you do for that little wretch, but here,
Leave
you can eat it from my
alone.
Talons, so they're all just falling in between her little nubbins because she can't hold the handful.
I can. I'll put my hand over it and press the digit like a quick heat burst. Just to warm it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She's just taking it as it falls from the nubs.
You get rather upset when you're hungry, so I figured you must be working up an appetite after battle.
I'm not even hungry. I am just tired and hurt and being pulled in 50 different directions.
I can't
Wait.
cast sleep, but I want to encourage sleep. So Fizz is just
I
going to...
can.
Archie! No, not like that. I only have like 32 hit points left.
That's plenty.
My
You could get
dear.
in a whole nother fight.
All right. I'm going to put this above table. I do have Mass Healing Word, and I also could cast Prayer of Healing at a higher level. That could give us a lot of hit points back. Executive decision, though. Do we want to
If we
use up that
short-
4th spell slot?
No, because if we short rest, we also get health back, and I get the ability to use my cards back as opposed to just cantripping wherever we go.
It stands a warlock.
Yeah.
Yeah, my spells come back.
So instead of magicking this out, we're going to take naps. Rest. Hydrate even. What an idea.
So should we leave when it's nighttime to be sneakier? Also, I have a spell that only works at nighttime.
I imagine
The sun
it'll be
is
nighttime by the time we
already
get there.
beginning to go down and set.
Perfect.
We'll,
I'm
we'll
going
talk about
to-
it during sundown.
I'm going to curl in there and sleep for an hour
Good plan.
with my warm granola. Thank you, everyone, for your support.
I wait until Yuiza walks away before I say this too long in Fisscourth. Of course, going there during sundown does increase the chances of one of the vampires being there, but neither here nor there.
Yeah, I'd rather fight vampires in the sunlight, to be honest.
Yes, but we could talk about it in the morning, surely, after we've slept.
I mean, depends on how fast you guys want to move out.
He didn't seem terribly bothered that we needed to rest, and I just looked towards the church's doors.
Yeah, sure. Vampires running rampant for one more night. What could go wrong? Who else
A
could
lot.
you lose?
We scared them, though, right? Look,
No.
we scared them.
No, what?
You didn't fight a
at the
vampire.
yeah, but we undead adjacent. That's gotta set them on edge, right? Right, sir? Stop putting doubts into my head.
I'm getting up in an hour, baby. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go sit. I'm gonna go sit with our undead friend for an
I
hour.
am laying on a pew. It is
May
my
I
bed now.
approach Matthias?
Go for it.
Hey man,
His head turns towards you.
My eye pops open.
Just a real quick question, but do you have like any inkling of what they're doing?
What who is doing?
The vampires who, probably interrogated you for information on whatever's going on up there?
The vampires are not looking for anything that is there. They are not aware of where I hid the pearl.
Oh.
We will
Huh.
retrieve the pearl before proceeding forward.
Okay. Just walking back.
Any further conversation that you want to get out on your short rest?
I'm my own blankie. I'm taking a nap in my own blankie, my big wings.
I'd actually like to try and pray a little bit. Ask if it's okay if I take this mace.
Okay, go for it.
Religion?
Go ahead and roll religion.
21?
What does this prayer look like for you? Are you asking for anything specific? Do you do anything specific?
I'll ask Matthias if there's like a special way that he offers prayers to his goddess.
Matthias stands and walks you over to the altar and takes out a small vial of seawater and pours it over the coral. It shimmers iridescently as the coral is wet by this. And then he just simply nods his head downward and closes his eyes.
He will follow suit.
Are you asking for anything specific or just can I please take this big shiny thing, please?
It's a small ask. It's a prayer that Sulong says, I'm starting to feel the limitations of my own mortal being, and I kind of need a little bit of help. Would it be okay to take this item?
Go ahead and in addition to your religion roll me a D100.
Oh boy, oh joy.
Ah.
Let me do it here. 41.
You don't get much of a response, but there's a tingling sensation in your fingers as you hold this mace. As you spend your short rest praying and getting to know this weapon better, you come to know it as a mace of brilliance. When you hit a fiend or undead creature, you get the sense that it could inflict some additional damage to that creature. Rather good thing to have going up against potentially 3 or more undead.
I'll take that as a yes. Thanks.
The seawater on the altar seems to shimmer just a little brighter when you open your eyes again.
Turn to the crowd in the back, point to the mace. Got a mace. Goofy smile.
Were you also gifted that by a god?
I think it's on loan.
You could see the equations going around her head as she's like, am I on loan with Tyr right now? Is this an apprenticeship? Is this an internship? Is this an unpaid internship? Would Tyr do that? And she's just...
Is Tyr a capitalist?
You have to inform me more about godly dynamics. This is fascinating, but very good. How are you feeling? How's everyone feeling?
I'm okay. Aren't you the cleric? Aren't you supposed to know how godly interactions work?
I've only ever worked with one god prior to this. Well, 2 now, I suppose, but he hasn't exactly been chatty.
I'm gonna reach up, my hand on Fiss's uft, and just gently pull her down to sit.
Are you quite well, Arat?
We're resting now.
Oh, we are resting. Would you like a...
And she'll offer a wing.
A built-in
thank you.
blanket?
Yes, thank you.
She will wrap you in a blankie.
Okay. You all take your short rest. No further attack comes to the temple. Go ahead and recoup what you need to recoup. After a period of time, Matthias stands up. It's good that you have a cleric with you amongst your ranks. The object is cursed.
Oh.
You'll need their help.
Oh.
Wonderful.
Can you uncurse things?
I do have remove curse.
Wow, you're so smart.
But and Fizzle, as he addresses her, look prideful and then worried.
In theory, I know how to remove curses. I've never done it before, but I would be pleased to assist in any way I could, Matthias.
You were not taught how to deal with the curse of an object?
My order did not focus on such things. I only have picked up the skill
Through unconventional means, and she'll just show up the hammer.
Hopefully your abilities will be enough. We'll find out.
just very quietly to the hammer. Yeah, please don't give up on me now.
We also have 8 vials of holy water, guys, just in case.
Oh, snap. Where was that?
That was...
Under the bed.
Under
There's
the bed. We stole it from Matthias. Oh, okay.
Maybe we shouldn't mention stealing his things right in front of him.
No.
We're bringing them with us. With him.
Matthias just quietly waits for you all at the door.
I'm gonna split two holy water vials each.
Let's make tracks.
And you have spell scrolls, remember, Fisscourth. You have Lesser Restoration, Beacon of Hope, and Flame Strike.
I do.
I delicately touched the holy water vial, like bottles, having not done that before.
Okay, maybe not you.
Well, I'm sure it's fine.
Fizz will just take.
I'm sure it's fine. I'll just put them in my...
How sure?
Just don't break the seal.
I imagine I would have experienced this at some point. Life was not always kind to me.
Buddy.
I mean, yeah, you were apparently shot at.
That's the story for another time.
As you all venture out, even in the fading light, you get a better look at Matthias. He's a tall hobgoblin with reddish-brown fur covering his skin. His eyes are, although a bit sunken in, amber with a weight behind them and determination. Deep smile lines crease either side of his face. And he absentmindedly hums to himself as you all venture forth, focused on leading you to Altar Rock. It's a short, gradual upland trek north along the coast, brings you all to a windswept location situated at the summit of a sea cliff. The din of waves crashing hundreds of feet below is drowned out by the near constant bite of the salty wind against your skin. A seemingly haphazard collection of 9 stones, each drab, gray, and perhaps 6 to 7 feet tall, encircle a slab of darker rock with a flat surface, nearly 15 feet long. One could almost easily imagine the slab serving as an altar.
Ah, I see now why it's called Altar Rock.
Why is that?
Looks like an altar, believe it or
That makes
not.
sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of in the name.
Where exactly did you hide your pearl?
In Andera's womb, we will need to venture down.
Down, okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Below
Beneath
Altar Rock.
Rock.
He begins patting at his person. This may be more complicated than I thought. I have dropped my holy symbol. I cannot remember where.
What is your holy symbol?
It's a shell with 3 pearls.
No, I have it. I have it in my bag. Here you go.
He turns at you, a look of surprise. on his up till now stoic face and takes it from you gingerly.
Here you go.
He walks forward with it, almost to the edge of the cliff. Do any of you venture forward with him?
Yeah.
Certainly.
In for a penny, in for a pound, let's go.
Lady symbol reveals the way, right?
And through her womb we go.
At your comment, Sulong, Matthias nods and passes his hand over his outstretched palm as he holds this holy symbol, and a light shimmers off of it, dispelling a permanent hallucinatory terrain spell. Where once it looked like a sheer drop down into the water, you now see a pathway, still steep, carved into the cliff face.
Sulong will take a step forward and pass by Matthias, pause. I liked your cipher, by the way, it was fun. And he'll start walking down.
All right. As you all begin heading down this path, Matthias with you, I will need all of you to make a dexterity saving throw to safely travel down. This pathway is unkept. It's steep. Parts of it are slick with moisture from the waves.
Unnatural
Sulong?
20.
1 for 4.
Okay. Yuiza, you got a non-nat 20?
Yeah.
All right.
13.
13. Fisscourth?
14 from Fisscourth.
Yuiza, you and Matthias are sure of your footing as you step, watching out for places that seem too slippery or too small for your foot to find solid footing on. The rest of you, however, struggle a bit with the slick steps, the sand in spots that seems to almost instantly give way under the weight of your foot. And you will all be taking 3d6 bludgeoning damage as you tumble a bit on your way down.
Oh no, don't step there.
You'll each take 14 points bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
And until you stop to regain at least 1 hit point, all of you, I will let you decide what gets the ouchie, will have your speed reduced by 15 feet.
Including Yuiza?
No,
Okay.
those that failed. Due to either a leg or foot injury.
Yeah, I'll do a leg injury.
Okay.
Definitely hurt my little feet. I hate water. This is why I don't like water.
Legs are fine.
Leggies it is. Eventually, though, you do all make it down to the bottom. Even battered and bruised, you reach the bottom of the trail and step onto an ebony sand beach. The scent of the briny ocean is strong here amid the washed-up driftwood, kelp fronds, and other flotsam. Nearby, a natural crack, perhaps leading to a grotto, although the entrance is filled with about a foot of water currently.
Everyone okay?
Kinda just sorta.
Treacherous terrain.
You know that one wet cat gif where he's like blinking sadly and he's soaked? That's Fizz. She just blinks.
Oh, there's gonna be so much sand in her fur now.
We'll need to carry on. The tide's going to be coming in soon.
That takes Fizz out of her sad wet cat. Suddenly you just hear plap, 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 plap as her little feet just move faster.
But hey, that's okay. Let's just, buddy system. Well, let's hold hands. You don't have to hold hands, Matthias, if you don't want to. So let's just come on. You need me to... Actually, I can't do it. You're all hurt, huh?
I'm fine. I could carry something at the very least.
Yeah, maybe, Fizz, you might want to get the piggyback ride.
She's just standing at the edge of the water, wrapped up in her own wings, looking at it, and just nods silently. Use a suggestion before climbing onto Sulong's shoulders and just digging her talons in.
Would it be more...
quickly start precipitating her a little bit.
Wait. Okay, yeah, that's fine. All right, let's go.
If anything touches your foot, you must flee immediately. We do not know what is in this water.
I tap Sulong's foot with my stick.
Sulong dashes.
She is going to make sure to take her shoes off so that they don't get waterlogged.
Love that for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't say that.
You
I
keep
was
going
like, oh,
barefoot
I
in the
don't
worst
want
places.
that, like, gross athlete's foot.
But-
Why am I thinking that way, dude?
Have you ever been to like a shale beach where like it's just shells instead of sand?
I put my foot in. You know what? I'm actually going to put these back. Actually, don't worry about it.
It's fine. We can prestidigitate them dry.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna put them back. I'll put the I learned last time when I took my shoes off. Stepped on a spike. Anyway, she'll start going into where it might lead to a grotto.
Matthias watches you all prepare, a bit bemused at your antics leading into the water, and follows you all in, covering up the rear. As I'm assuming, Sulong, are you leading?
Heading
Okay.
towards the wound.
Okay. The water is chilly at first, starting out a foot deep, up to 2 feet. A short passage soon opens into a natural chamber, perhaps 60 feet in diameter, bathed in soft light from several flickering torches placed on the wall. The floor is still covered with water, although 3 stalagmites peak above the water's surface by several feet. To the right of you, along the north wall, is a natural dais leading to a shelf covered with black sand. Nestled into the sand is an enormous clam, at least 7 feet in diameter, with a pure white ridged shell, pockmarked with colorful barnacles. Its mouth is agape, revealing a black purple, lustrous interior. Cradled in the soft, fleshy interior is a massive black pearl with dark green streaks. All of you feel a brief chill goes through you, as if this pearl is peering into your very soul. And that is where we will call it for this evening.
But it's so cool.
It is cool.
Proper movie.
It is cool, and I hope you feel that way by the time this is over.
Yay.
I do, because your stories are really cool.
I smell character defining moments coming.
Potentially. Let's see how your saves go.
Ah.
Thank you to the Hype Goblin patrons for your continued support. Your dungeon master this evening was Sara Roberts. Fisscourth was played by Abby Yazzie. Yuiza Anacaona was played by Alessa Vamp. Sulong Shen was played by RJ. Arat Kshizhin was played by Zachary Vaudo. Video editing by Sara Roberts. Audio editing by Sara Roberts and Zachary Vaudo. Character art was by Alessa Vamp. And your introduction video was created by SirHeckALot. A Twist of Fate, the Luck and Chaos theme, was created by Zachary Vaudo's music project, Sneakernet. You can pick it up now, along with some other fantastic tracks, on Bandcamp. Live event schedule and cast bios are available at hypegoblin.com/luckandchaos.